What's up, Video Game Nation? TommyDrama here, and welcome to this month's DramaFest of October 2016. DramaFest is a Video Game Pickups video, and right before we get into it, I added this month. Hopefully I can make it a little better, or maybe use a different camera. I'm in the process of upgrading a lot of things, but just so you know, the few of you are watching or whatever, you're not curious, it's just a tripod with my phone using as a camera shooting downward, and the water bottle is just a counterweight so it doesn't lean too far forward or whatever. Anyway, the reason I have that is, as you see now, there's video here. That way when I'm talking about a game, I can put it under there. Alright, let's get into it. So I picked up one game this month for Nintendo 3DS. I got Azure Striker Gunvolt Striker Pack, and there's actually 2 games in here from what I understand. And it is made by Yacht Club Games, which also did Shovel Knight, obviously. So I don't know if they're actually going to do a big run on these or not, so I figured I'd pick it up. Also, I was happy to see it did say Amiibo support, so I'm assuming it will get some Amiibo in the future. It looked cool. God, I remember seeing somewhere what it was similar to. I want to say it's supposed to be kind of reminiscent of Mega Man, maybe? Pretty sure that's what it said. Either Mega Man or like Contra. I can't really remember. Alright, so that's that. So I picked up a couple more Nintendo 64 games, because that's what I've been, the one system I'm actually, well, the one system I'm going for a full collection besides Virtual Boy, which I have pretty much everything for that already. I got Battle Tanks. I know I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever played it, so I'm going to be curious to see that. Try that one out. Dual Heroes, I've never heard of this. So, that one. Then I got Turok 3, which I've never played 3. I know I played the first Turok on the 64. I don't know if I've ever played 2, 3, or Rage Wars. Nightmare Creatures, God, I remember seeing this so many times. I'm pretty sure in Blockbuster Video, and I never rented it. And now I see it is M for mature, so I am really curious to try that one out. Body Harvest. Another one I know I've seen growing up, but I never played. It's Midway. Actually, I might have played this. Either I played this and it was really bad, or I've just seen the case a lot. And Bomberman Hero. I've not played this, but I'm a big fan of Bomberman. Highly underrated. It's much bigger in Japan. Tons of games for almost every single system. I highly suggest trying out Bomberman. I've never played Bomberman Hero. I think it might be one player, but all the other Bombermans usually have a really good multiplayer mode, which is really fun to play with people. You know, it's usually last man standing, which is fun. Alright, let's get into PS4. So, PS4, I picked up Thomas Was Alone. This was a limited run game, so, you know, now that it's out, it's gone. You can only get it for resellers or digital copy. This game I actually saw digitally, and I was considering buying it at some point anyway. It looked really interesting to me. There's nothing really in the back of the case, that's why I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. But yeah, it's got a really interesting, God, I can't even think of the word. I don't know, it's very meta, I'm pretty sure. You know, very much about your existence and stuff like that, if I recall. I can't remember, but I haven't tried it out yet, but it looks pretty cool. PSVR Worlds. This is obviously a PSVR only game. I picked that up because next month I'm going to pick up the PSVR. Been chipping away at little pieces, so I figured I should start getting some of the games because I want to do videos on at least every single launch game and then most of the PSVR games. I've even bought some of the digital ones, so that'll be fun to actually try out. I'm even going to try to get a couple people to try to play. There's a couple of them you can do 2-player, and a couple of them aren't even games. It's just on the digital, so I'm going to try those. But, yeah, this one looks cool. I mean, it's got Ocean Descent, London Heist, Odyssey, VR Luge, and Danger Ball. I'm curious, because I've heard a couple people that really can get motion sick with this, and I've heard some people are pretty much fine with it, but most people I've heard, or most things I've seen about it, most people are like, wow, this is actually really cool. So I'm pretty excited. PSVR, I got Loading Human, Chapter 1. Don't know much about this. I've seen a little bit of gameplay. Well, not gameplay, just a little bit of like clips that they have on like a trailer and stuff. It looks interesting. I don't know. I mean, this one's first person. I don't know if it's going to be as breathtaking because I feel like it's definitely got more story. So there's a good chance that I don't know. I've never done a decent VR yet. So I mean, it might be far better. But at the very least, it looks like a fun game. I'm just curious how much it's going to be compared to like PSVR Worlds, where they're really trying to push it to the limit, like the London Heist. I'm curious if it visually is comparable. It's just regular PS4. Mystery Chronicles, One Way Heroics. This is also a limited run games, so but you can get it obviously digitally in the store. I think PS4 or PS Vita. I don't know if it works on PS3, but it looked cool. It looks like a tactical RPG, kind of like Final Fantasy or something like that. Yeah, it'll be fun to check out. This PSVR game's probably going to be cool. And if you watch my previous video, I already played the other Until Dawn. This is Until Dawn Rush of Blood. So this is going to be my first horror PSVR game. I'm going to probably do a full playthrough of this. Hoping I don't have a heart attack. Yeah, Until Dawn had some pretty creepy parts. I have a feeling this is going to be far worse. It looks like it's like an amusement park ride. It talks about, yeah, roller coasters. Brave 7 unique and thrilling roller coasters. Jeez. Yeah, so, I mean, it might be gimmicky, but I think it'll be at least fun for one playthrough. And again, I mean, it was only $20 plus Gamers Club Unlocked, which I can't recommend enough for Best Buy. I'm not related or I'm not affiliated or anything, but man, you get the 20% off. So I got this thing for $16 new. Oh, this one I haven't unwrapped, but obviously I don't have the VR yet. But yeah. Batman Arkham VR. Had to get this. Played all the Batman Arkham games. I loved them. Even Arkham Origins, I still had a fun time, even though it wasn't as good and the controls weren't as good. But yeah, it looks cool. It's already got a couple awards. Again, it was only $20, so $16. It says it's a console exclusive. Be the Batman. So definitely gonna try that out. Then this finally got a lot cheaper. I don't remember how much it was, but Ratchet & Clank, I still have only played a little bit, like the first level of a PS3 one. So I want to get this, and looks pretty cool. It also came out with a correlating movie, so I'm really interested to check that out as well. I don't know which one I should do first, watch the movie or play the game. But yeah, it's pretty funny on the back. It says the game based on the movie based on the game. So it's like a remake of the original game. I don't know how different. I mean, it's got to be, I think it's decently different, but I really don't know. But I just know a lot of people are big into Ratchet & Clank, and I like to give a try to any video game franchise that's, you know, widely accepted. And I like going for rare stuff. Or, not rare, but, you know, less popular if just people like it. You know, if it's a good game, it's a good game. All right, on to the Wii. Like, for instance, this, I don't know a lot of people or have heard of this that much, unless you're a big Wii gamer, is Zack and Wiki, the quest for Barbaros's treasure. And this got really good reviews. Yeah, I've just heard a lot of good things about it. I saw it for a little bit cheaper, and I kind of wanted to get a couple of the better, you know, hidden gem type games on the Wii and check them out. So it's Capcom, and it just looks like a fun little game. It's one player, puzzle solving. I love puzzle games, especially when they're incorporated into like platformers or action adventures or whatever, you know. So I'm always up for a puzzle. I got a Nickelodeon SpongeBob SquarePants featuring Nicktoons Globs of Doom. That's a mouthful. I just picked this up. I thought it'd be fun if I ever had to play with someone younger. Also, I thought maybe it'd be a fun for a video because it is, as you see on the back, it is 2-player co-op. And it's got some Nicktoons. I mean, a lot of these Nicktoons are pretty much, you know, past my prime of watching Nickelodeon stuff like that. But it still seemed interesting. I still, you know, remember seeing a little bit with my nephews, some Jimmy Neutron. And it does have, yeah, it looks like it's got Invader Zim in it, which I'm interested in. And I don't know, just looked fun. At the very least, it'd be something to try out. So pick that up. All right, for 360, I got Unreal Tournament 3. I used to play the crap out of Unreal Tournament 1 on the computer. And some of the mods and all that stuff. That was super fun. And it is made by Epic, which did all the Gears of War, which is really cool. I hate the fact that it's on a black case, so at some point I'm going to have to replace this. That'll be easy. Just at some point, just bulk buy a box of a bunch of them, you know, for cheap. Yeah, I haven't played the second or the third one. I don't recall playing the second one, but I did play some of the... I played a lot of Unreal Championship when Xbox Live first came out on original Xbox, and that was really fun. So I figured I'd try this out. It's got co-op and stuff like that, so it'll be interesting to try out. For original Xbox, I got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. This is the last one in the Pro Skater line before they started changing the names up, and then just recently they came out with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, which I do have, but a lot of people aren't big on. But I love the original Xbox, so I figured it'd be cool to pick up. And I know I played a ton of Tony Hawk 1, 2, and 3. So I think I played the most on 2, maybe 1, but I think 2. So yeah, it's 2-player. Looked like a fun time. Had to pick it up. Next up is got a couple Amiibo. Just ripped these out of the box. Man, I originally thought when these came out they'd have so much more potential, but I guess they can't really take away from the actual gameplay. So some of the games you actually could do some cool stuff with. Most of them you couldn't. I haven't really utilized them as much in Smash Brothers. I've used them more in other games. But I still want to pick these up because they re-released these, and some of these were more of the less common ones that were a pain to find, or you'd have an overpriced reseller. But Lucina from the Fire Emblem series and Pit. So yeah, just do that. So I was just happy to pick those up. I'm not trying to go for all of them. I'm not going to get the Animal Crossing ones. I don't really play that game. So yeah, just figured I'd still pick them up because you still get 20% off, which is usually just for games. But these things, I guess, count at Best Buy, so they're only like $10. So I went and picked them up. I went ahead and picked up a PS3, what is this even called? I think, an iToy. PS3 iCam, Vision Cam, whatever. Yeah, I've always, when the Move came out and stuff, it looked cool, but it was also just gimmicky. It seems like it was just trying to ride on the Nintendo Wii's success. But I do remember seeing some of those games where you could do, and I figured I'm already going to be picking up some of those controllers for the PSVR anyway. I might as well. This thing was $8 or something like that on Amazon, so I figured I'm gonna pick it up. Seemed like worth a shot, and some of those actual like first-person shooters look like they've done some cool stuff where you actually can hook them up to a little gun. I want to try like the Killzones and what is it, like Killzone 3 and Resistance 3. I think both used them. Figured it'd be worth a shot. Then yeah, I've been going the slow route on PSVR. If you buy these. They repackaged the exact same PS Move controllers. You get 2 of these for $100 if you're going for the PSVR. If you buy it separately, buy the core PSVR and then buy these. They repackage these some for $100, or you can buy them brand new in bulk packaging. I think I got both these together for like $18 or $20 on eBay. Someone was selling them in bulk packaging like right before the PSVR, or I don't know, whatever the start of October was. So I just picked these up on the cheap. I'm pretty sure you can still get them cheap, but I think that's going to run out because a lot of people that aren't buying the huge bundle are going to, end up selling out of a lot of them because I couldn't rationalize spending $500. Well, I just couldn't do it really financially. It was just easier to buy these and then buy the camera, which I've used for some of these, gameplay videos and stuff like that. So I just did it that way. And then at some point I'll get the actual controller with the joystick. That way I can just try out some of the PS3 Move stuff too. Xbox One, I got Homefront, The Revolution. I really liked the first Homefront game. Didn't do that well. It was one of THQ's last games. This was on sale, or no, I price matched it, I think, it was either on sale or I price matched it. I got it pretty cheap. But it was cool. It's actually the Steelbook Collector's Edition. Came with a couple extras. Coolest thing about the first one was the multiplayer. I thought it was really cool. And very cool military stuff, but like inside a lot of cities and stuff like that. I enjoyed it. This one's got co-op. Maybe I'll do that or something with somebody. I just figured I'd pick it up once it was on the cheap, especially because this generation I'm mainly buying most of my games for Xbox One. I'm kind of making that the system. I really don't know if this is going to be any good, but I'll give it a shot. Next up, I'll do that in a second. I got Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition. I don't know if I would have picked this up if I'd beaten it and owned it on the 360. But long story short, I played it on the 360 and I lost a game save. Well, I lost all my single player saves and I was like 70-ish hours in. So 60 or 70 hours. And then this was coming back out, and just for years I just haven't rationalized to restart ever since then. And I've thought about it and stuff like that, and they've come out with another edition for the 360 and all that. It's been like 5 years. Finally, this was coming out, and I said, why not? This came with a steelbook and little mask. I'm gonna hate putting this back in. There, just do that. So yeah, a little cloth like beanie mask. If you saw my Instagram, you would have already seen this, but yeah, huh? I'm a real Dragonborn now. Ha! Anyway, so yeah, and then little steelbook. Obviously, the game you guys have already, I'm sure, seen. It's been out forever. Little steelbook. Looks good. I'm like 80 hours into this. I thought I was going to start it and eventually get around to playing it, and then I forgot how amazing it was. I beat Oblivion, played Morrowind a lot as a kid, so, well, I played it, and my two friends, Steen and Bryce, would actually end up playing it, and then I ended up sitting on the computer almost not really even getting a turn back then. It was more of those two turns playing our one character between the three of us. But yeah. At some point I want to go back and do that. But yeah, this one I've actually already beaten. The other cool thing about this is it actually comes with all the expansions and the mods. I'm not going to touch any of the mods till I've beaten the whole game and the 3 expansions, Dawnguard, Hearthfire, and Dragonborn. I've already beaten the Dragonborn expansion, and I think I've beaten one of the main storylines of just the overall Skyrim. I literally just finally, I've done some of the Hearthfire. That's a lot about house building. It's not, it doesn't have like a complete storyline, but I've already built one house on a plot of land and tried to build a child's room and adopt a kid that way. And I had a big pain, so I ended up just doing that in Whiterun. I need to start babbling about that for people that aren't playing. Anyway, I just got to the Dawnguard area. Very cool game. I was very happy with this. Graphics are amazing. They actually, you know, skinned and upgraded some of the textures and outside stuff. All right. I'm going to save the last Xbox one. For PlayStation, I got, what is this? Spice World. Yeah, spice up your life. So, it was cheap. What a Instagram guy I follow does some claim sales and stuff like that. I just picked it up from him. Thought it might be a fun video. I mean, at my age, you know, most kids listen to this when it came out. Because, I mean, I was, you know, grade school or whatever. Real little. But, I don't know. I thought it'd be a really fun, horrible video to make at some point. So I picked that up. And last but not least, I got Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Wait. I didn't get Ultimate Edition. I got... I got Gears of War Collector's Edition. So, I did it at Best Buy, so I got a couple little extras. But here it is. I picked you get JD Phoenix statue. This is the most I've ever spent on a game, probably I'll ever be. Retailed at $250. You know, maybe it'll go down a lot like the Halo 5 one did. But you get 20% off again. So I only got it for $200. I know that's still a lot. This is the most I've ever spent on a game. I just really wanted the statue. It was between him, JD Phoenix, in his COG armor or his Outsiders, which is more raggedy. And I figured that one might be more uncommon and rare, so I originally was going to go with that. And then the pre-orders were still up, and a few months down the line, I just canceled and went for this. I was like, I don't care what's more rare. I want the one that I actually want to look at. So I picked that up. Came with a really cool frag grenade, which is cool, and it's actually like metal, so I was pretty happy with that. And then the Ultimate Edition was inside, which is nice. And then you got a couple extra, I can't remember what the little packs are. The little, you know, battle packs like Battlefield and Call of Duty and all those that you open it up. I'm just blanking because I play so many games. And then the cool thing about this is pop open the side here, right there, and you flip that on. I thought that was pretty cool. I really wish the switch was just hidden on the bottom, not you have to open a cap up. It's fine you gotta open the cap to put the batteries in, but come on. I gotta open it and close it. So I thought that was really cool. I don't know if you can see that well, but he's actually got lights on his gun and his armor and the actual bike. So I just was really happy. This also, pull it to the side, I'll turn it off after. This also came with a little lithograph. I'm not pulling that out. Who really cares? It's a little photo. Everyone knows most people that buy this thing don't ever do anything with that thing. Sure, some people frame it or whatever. And then since I did it through Best Buy, that's the other thing I like just through them is, well, one, at midnight if you're picking it up, there's never lines. Again, I'm not affiliated. There's a lot of things I do not like about GameStop. But you got I call it a metal mug or whatever, but it's clearly a alcohol drinking, I mean, it's a copper mug. Most people refer to that as a Moscow Mule mug. I mean, that's like the drink you drink in that. But anyway, I mean, so you got a mug, which was cool. It's laser etched with Gears of War 4. And then actually a really nice a really nice coaster. Yeah, it's like leather or pleather, but it's actually a nice material. It doesn't feel like it's going to tear on you or anything unless you took a knife to it. So I was pretty happy with those. That is it for my video game pickups. And real quick, I'll just tell you what I beat. This month I beat 3 games. If you've been watching some of my gameplay videos, I beat Among the Sleep, Fun game, only like 2 hours. Really messed up story, but really it was just well done, and it scared the crap out of me in a couple spots, specifically towards the end. But Until Dawn, I did full gameplay, 4 parts on this channel. Very fun game. That's why it convinced me I needed to get Rush of Blood. I don't think Rush of Blood's gonna be nearly as good as this. That's more for visuals. This actually had a really cool story, and just it was cool, like choose your own adventure book, but a game, and actually had really good actors. You know, Hayden Panettiere, Rami Malek, Brett, oh god, Dalton, I think his name, from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Nicole Bloom from Superstore, and Shameless. And then I beat Battlefield 1. I beat this whole game on hard mode. I almost want to say it was too short, and that's more just because I think I enjoyed the campaign so much that's why it felt short. But it's like 5 actual different stories. But I mean, you do like life on a tank crew. You do flying in the old biplanes. I think that's what they're called, yeah. You do some Lawrence of Arabia type stuff. I mean, it's all over the different fronts. But it was really cool. I really enjoyed it, and I've been playing some of the multiplayer and stuff like that. That's it for that. And then the last thing, I don't know if I forgot this last month, but at the end of October, my gamer score for Xbox was 132,924. And my PlayStation rank was 12 with 52%. That thing starts going up slower and slower the higher you get it, and I'm sure there's plenty of people that have higher, but I just figured I like throwing that in there, even just for me. Alright guys, that is my video game pickups, games beat, my current scores. Feel free to add me on Xbox, Instagram, Twitter, PlayStation, whatever. It's TommyDrama. Check me out on any of them, feel free, and please like or comment or subscribe. Have a good one. Peace.